In the den of the wolf, in 1992, my family and I moved from the San Judas Tadeo neighborhood to the Aguablanca district in Cali, a sector considered a red zone known as the Well, where there was a high average of murders every day. The master and lord of the well was a man known as Black Monkey, who was said to have the protection of Satan himself, and knew some satanic prayers with which he acquired supernatural powers so that the police could not capture or neutralize him. Many police officers dared to confront him, but the bullets did not harm this man, and many of them died in their attempt. They shot at him and none of his bullets hit him, but when they ran out of bullets he murdered them without mercy. Having just arrived in the neighborhood, I went to a local bakery in order to buy some bread. Suddenly, someone touched my back. It was Kikato, a young man I had known since he was a child in the San Judas neighborhood, who had become a drug addict. He told me, "My friend, what are you doing here?" I told him, "I live here." He told me, "My friend, don't go out because they will kill you. I'm going to talk to my people so they won't do anything to you." One day I found myself at the neighborhood soccer field and a young man who I didn't know said, "Teacher, can you give me $50? Kikato was murdered long before knowing the ID. At that time Faustino Asprilla was fashionable in Europe and I didn't have a television, which is why I asked the neighbor's son for permission if he would allow me to watch Asprilla's game at his house. He told me, "Of course, neighbor, keep going." Years later I found out that this young man was the leader of a criminal gang, who during the day was in his house like a gentle lamb, but at night he transformed into a dangerous murderer. After leaving prison, he confronted another man who fatally wounded him with a knife. One day, the owner of a clothing store, with his body bathed in gold, was pretending to be drunk while several men followed him with the aim of robbing him. The man was wearing gold chains, gold rings and a gold watch. When he turned the corner, the man pulled out an automatic pistol and faced the men whose blood was splattering everything. Many of them, wounded, ran towards the well in front of the house where I lived, leaving a trail of blood behind them. These were all sheep without a shepherd, and drug addiction was a common factor.